Everything pointed in the right direction. There we go. I hear it. All right, so the right Twitch channel is up for sure. What about YouTube's and stuff? It should say 2020 jump off. So it's good. Uh, oh yeah, 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 yeah. I put yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. We finally got that working, so I don't need this anymore. All right, and let's put this up here instead. There it is. 2020 Team Boy TV is now streaming live. 2020 season jump off. Okay, okay. All right. I got two people in the chat. Let's see. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready to do this? Okay, here we go. We're going. We muted and
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Live from TeamBoydTV Studios, it's the dopest live NFL show on the internet, providing the hottest takes, up-to-date news and moves, and the latest NFL reactions. It's TeamBoydTV Live. Introducing the bad boys of NFL sports talk, the Raven Shogun, JB, the Sage of Sports, Glass, and your host, Big Q. It's about to get rough, and it's about to get raw. It's game time. Welcome to TeamBoydTV Live.
what's happening, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? It's got up to a little bit of a deal, and but man, we here though. We here though. This is Team Boy TV Live. We're gonna try to put together a little show where we get ready to try to kick off this season and things like that. I am here. I'm not here by myself. I am here. I got my boys with me. I got the Raven Shogun. JB is in the building. What's going on, JB? Here we go. And I mean, look, we got some things to talk about. A few things happened. There's some big stories that we can chop up and talk about as we get ourselves ready for the season. And we got our main man, Glass from Get With The Sports in the building. What's up, Glass? The Stage of Sports. Hey, like always, when we get ready to do this thing, when we first start, the first show is always like, it's always something, some stuff going on. But man, I'm glad to see you fellas. We got new dad JB in the building. I think last time we saw JB, he was the funky fresh brand new shiny dad, right? Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, man. So look, everything going good. I know I just saw the kid the other day, and everything was great. But how you holding up? Yeah, right. Yeah, I feel you, man. Hey, but it's gonna be a process, and you're gonna be good at it. You're gonna kill it. Hey, Glass, what's been going on with you, dog? What's been happening, bro? Wow, wow, wow. Well, listen. To be honest with you, it ain't too many sports out there to look at anyway. I'm just saying, like, other than wrestling, I think NASCAR is back up and running. We gonna get some baseball and some basketball if the NBA players can quit snitching on each other. But you say you ain't been following it, so I don't know if you know about that. They snitching on each other in the bubble or whatever the case may be. But I saw something the other day that gave me hope and gave me a little bit of hope that things might be returning back to some sort of normalcy. Uh, I had heard because one thing really popping in my life is wrestling. I had heard that some stuff had happened in Japan, so I went to go check it out. And when I went and checked it out, I was actually stunned and surprised to see like they actually had people in the Tokyo Dome watching the matches, but they had like the first 15 rows tarped off, and everybody else was kind of sprinkled throughout the place with the masks on and stuff. And but it gave me hope that this is probably what sports is going to look like in 2020. I don't know what you think about that, JB. Yes. Well, just to give the audience a peek of what's going on in the NFL, the oh, Bronco Fanatics, the stream lagging. I'm looking at it over here, and it look like it's okay. I mean, I don't know if I can't. We went through so many struggles. I ain't gonna mess with it right now. But oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Hopefully it'll work itself out. But I'm gonna alleviate some of the strain on the computer. I'm gonna some of the things that I was planning on doing. I'm not gonna do. So I'm gonna shut down this PowerPoint. I had something cool I was gonna do with that. Hopefully that'll like the load on the CPU, and it'll kind of come back around. But Glass, the NBA they decided they're trying to structure this thing in a way that they can actually have a season this season. Actually, in a few weeks, they constructed this bubble. So it's a clean space where everybody there is monitored and checked and things like that. But you see what's happening. People tiptoeing across campus lines trying to get that door dash. It's causing problems. Now we're talking about how we're gonna figure out how to do this in the NFL. I've seen some weird stuff, JB. I've seen Oakley. I think it's Oakley, right? They made the inner part to go in the face shield. So that's a start. They also was talking about how they were going to tarp off in some stadiums the bottom row of the bottom part of the stadiums, and you can sit at some places at the top part. I know Carolina is one of those teams that will be opening their stadium up come the start of the football season. Some of them are not. Some of them are. So Glass, this is where we at right now. I don't know what you think about it. What you think? Yeah. Uh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, uh, right. Well, you know what? I think the NFL and the NBA, to some certain extent, are taking the model from the world of professional wrestling, where this is a contact sport. They slap each other around, hug each other, smear sweat, and they also work in the bubble concept as well. So the bubble concept, in my opinion, I think could work. It depends on the scale. So the reason why it works in wrestling is because the numbers are small. There's only a few thousand people versus 10,000 people in the NBA, and maybe 50,000 people that you have gonna have involved with an NFL bubble. It can be done, but it comes down to personal responsibility, right? So far in wrestling, it's been good. It's only been like one little small breakout, and we've been very controlled. They've been able to monitor every single person doing every single thing. In the NFL, though, I mean, you've got locker rooms. They're talking about showers. They're not going to use the full extent of the facilities because they gotta reduce everything down to 25%. usage in order to for people to to have the social distancing that they need. So I'm praying for some football, but I know it's gonna look different, and I know a lot of people ain't gonna yeah, yes, right, right, yeah. Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's a very very strange situation. Hey, look, I'm bored out of my mind, and things are going nuts at the crib. I want something to happen. I'm hoping we get some type of football action going on. Okay, let's move on real quick because it says he says I can't even hear anybody. The only person I can hear is Big Q. Give me something real quick, Glass. Oh, nope, y'all ain't muted. Y'all are not muted. Y'all are not muted. Okay, I'm gonna turn y'all up. Let me see if I can do that. All right, let me try that. Now say something. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, I know what's what. I know exactly what's what. Hold on. We can do this. We can take this and we can oh, let's not do that. Let's do this. Let's see if this works. We'll use ACO input and we'll just leave it on one channel. And we'll say you guys are, let's see, Zoom L12. You guys are on channel 8. We'll call it a mono channel. And we'll use channel 8. And we'll hit OK. All right, give me some volumes.
Yo, yo, yo.
Whoa, that's loud.
What up, what up?
Bring it down a little bit. Okay, there it is. Okay, so now there you go, Bronco. Can you hear JB? You can hear JB in Glass now.
Yeah, man. I'm sure you can hear because it's booming. We're good.
Yeah, it is. It is. How you know it's loud? Let me bring it down a little bit more. How you know? You can hear it?
No, it's all, no. I'm just saying, man. You clear in my
Oh, okay.
headphones.
Yeah, so bring it down a little bit more. Okay, cool. So the next thing I was going to go into was how this Black Lives Matters BLM is integrating into um, this season. It's permeating everything in society right now. We're going through a social reckoning in the country right now. But let me start here, and I just want to get you guys' take about it because I feel a certain type of way. It has been reported that the plan is to do the Black national anthem before every. Is it week one game? Or was it a preseason game, JB? Which one was it? Was it first preseason?
It's week one.
Week one. Okay, so it's week one. So it's week one. So before every single week one game, they're gonna do the Black national anthem plus the regular national anthem in support of the BLM. Now, I know.
I didn't hear that, man.
So, JB,
You gotta get out of that woodshed, bro.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, that's all good. It's probably good you missed this.
Yeah,
Probably good you missed it. Man.
So okay. So JB, since you know a little bit more about it, the Glass, I'm gonna let Glass kind of like let it sink in with him for a minute, because since he hadn't heard it.
Yeah, please do.
I'm springing it on you for the first time, right? I JB, what you think about this, man? What you think?
Well, right off the top, I do not like it. I don't. And who had to vote in the Black community that this particular song was the Black national anthem? I don't like it. First of all, just as a Black man, we didn't ask for a specific song. We was asking for something different that had nothing to do with sport. I don't know. Maybe it'll resonate with some. I didn't have a vote or say, so not only because of that, I just don't see how that. It's a slippery slope. I mean, I know it's for a good reason, but I just don't see.
Is it really for a good reason though? What reason? What reason you think it's for? If it's for a good, what you think it's for?
It's a awareness. I mean, I understand that, but I mean, for them to designate this thing, I'm pretty sure it'll be a good display and it'll make everybody kind of more conscious of what's happening. But
So here's the thing, Glenn. This is the way I see this. You remember about a month or so ago, right at the height of the George Floyd situation, a group of NFL players put together this video, right? And they were saying, the NFL, this was coming out of these players' mouths saying that we, the NFL, they were claiming like they were the NFL. They were speaking for the NFL, saying how they, were against social injustice and police brutality, all this, so on and so forth. About a day later, we get a video from Roger Goodell from his basement, pretty much singing the praises of BLM out of nowhere. And then you get this whole thing about wanting to do this peace offering. Let's do your song at the beginning of every game, which to me kind of invites divisiveness because now you're playing two songs.
Exactly.
It ain't like you in Toronto somewhere.
Right. I was just about to say that.
I mean?
Right.
I don't know. I don't understand it. And this whole these gestures, I'm not feeling them, Glass. I'm just not.
You know what? To me, it's like the NFL. They act like they teenagers. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
First now you don't want nobody kneeling for the national anthem.
Right.
You went all the way overboard on that one. Now we get to the point where we're going overboard on the other direction.
Yes.
Black national anthem. No, I agree with you, man. You can't have two national anthems.
You can't.
There's only one nation, and you got two national anthems.
Absolutely.
Like you said, it's like you playing Canada and you're playing U.S.
Yeah.
We don't need all that. Then you're only gonna play it in one time in preseason.
Right.
Week one.
Okay, week one.
So it's gonna be played. It's gonna be played 16 times.
Oh, so it's during week one, right?
Yes.
All right.
Then you're done.
Yes.
That's it.
See, that's my problem. Now, unless you continue to do it,
that's the equivalent. Go ahead, Glass.
Now you teasing me. Now you patronizing me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now we're gonna give you a little something now, then we're gonna go back to the regular schedule.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah,
Listen.
Nah.
I am completely flabbergasted. But now listen, I'm just saying I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that dude. I don't want to be that dude. But how we go from just a few years ago, the Houston Texans owner and the Dallas Cowboys owner, especially Jerry Jones, made a decree that nobody would kneel during the playing of the national anthem. Now everybody is saying so now it's almost like if you don't kneel, you're in trouble. Like you're gonna get the side eye if you're not kneeling.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man.
Right, but I have to agree with your statements, Q. I think you're creating more of a a line to stand on. Yeah, when you're doing two, and I mean, granted, this stuff need to be discussed. There's other things tied to it, especially how the players feel in the league about how they getting treated. But just to do that for lip service when you you had a different position in 16, stop. Man.
Right.
It's just bad look. It's just them trying to protect their assets. And,
absolutely.
Business.
Absolutely. And then just to throw the ice on the cake, I know it ain't NFL related, Glass, but I don't know if you know about this one. Meanwhile, in the NBA bubble, they have given the players the choice to wear a political statement or a statement on their jerseys, but they were only able to choose between like 5 things that they could wear.
I seen that this morning.
What is going on? What has happened?
It wasn't that originally. Originally they could do whatever they wish, but you're gonna have some people that wasn't gonna wear. I mean, the thought of a person saying, "Oh, I don't feel like you feel, but I'm gonna put on back of my jersey," is polar opposite of what this whole thing is about. And if you're saying that you can put whatever you want, if it don't fit the narrative, then it's asinine. So they had to put it in the template. So it's only 5 things. Or maybe
I just.
phrases that you can actually wear.
I just look. I'm at a point, Glass, that I'm almost wishing that we can go back to 2018, where you racist and it was what it was, instead of just like I don't know what this is, JB. When I look at it, like I don't know if these gestures of if it's just overkill or if it bothers me. I'll say that much. It's weird. It's very weird to see it.
For me, it's cringy. You know.
Yeah, you're painting Black
It's
Lives
like
Matter in the middle of the street. You know what I mean? Inviting people to come and desecrate the things. To pulling statues down all over. I don't know, Glass. I don't know. I don't know
look.
what's
I'm
going
not
on.
opposed to the
Right.
awareness. I'm not opposed to um, something has to be done. But I mean, all these extra things, man, like changing the black crayon or naming it
Yeah.
not a certain name in the box. Man, that does nothing for me running at night or what I'm saying,
Right.
getting pulled over. That
We
doesn't
we, we,
zero.
we
That
can't we can't
doesn't.
call the master bedroom no more.
That's
They,
no,
they,
that's garbage. That's garbage. That does nothing for nobody. You know.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they get back onto the NFL task at hand, and Glass, this is one that you have been discussing for quite some time. The Washington football team, they Monday, I think it was that they said it. They say, listen, okay, we're going to officially retire the Redskins nickname and logo and all paraphernalia, recognized with that mascot, and that's gone and it's done. They finally gonna do it, but this was after a few years back, Dan Snyder said, and he quoted, "You can put this in caps." That's what he said. He would
Mm-hmm.
never, ever change the name of the team. But then FedEx threatened to pull the name off the side of the building. Nike pulled all the Washington stuff out of the shop, and their pockets got hit, JB. And now they saying that the Redskins name is done. What you think?
It's kind of overdue. So just do it. I mean, I don't know what he's gonna do about. Well, actually, the team color and O logo is discontinued, so I guess it's a collector's item at this point. But I mean, it's time. Other teams done changed the color or the scheme of their logo.
Oh yeah,
Uh, that wouldn't hurt. I mean,
yeah.
granted, they won't add another expansion team to the league for a long time, so it'll give us the expansion team look and feel, but I'm not
Hmm.
being the name of the old team. So plus they've done nothing noteworthy under that old name. So
Right,
maybe
right.
it's a good look for them.
Glass, I know how. I done heard your take on this a lot of different times, but before you give it again, this is the part of it that trips me out. It's so funny, and to me, this kind of epitomizes and defines this whole race social movement. Is that at the end of the day, people can say what they want to say and make as many overtures and gestures as they want. Nothing happens until somebody's pocketbook gets adjusted, and
Damn.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And
You've
that's
been
just the way
going
I
on.
see it. Oh no,
Yeah,
I'm
you've
just saying
been
this is the way
going.
I see it.
You've been going. The franchise been around for 87 years. I
Yes.
think they said.
Yep.
People been fighting. People been giving you proof why it should be changed and whatnot. The Native Americans been coming at you, protesting in front of the football field and everything. And the
Yeah.
one thing, like you said, Snyder said in all caps, I ain't changed name, but the one thing that changed everything is the money.
Yeah.
Once you take money out of people's pocket, that shows you this
Look,
capitalism is
hey,
real.
look, Jay, but you ain't even got to actually remove the dollars from the account. It's the thought
Yes.
of losing that kind of
That's
money
right.
that drives them insane. You know what I'm saying?
Think about this real quick. You the
Yeah.
owner,
Yeah.
you saying one thing, you got another entity coming in and say, no, we're gonna change this. If not,
Right.
Right.
I'm taking the money. You change
Right.
the mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And this dude was firm. I mean, like so firm that he didn't care who he pissed off. He didn't care who he offended. He didn't care. He was like, it is what it is. I can be a villain. This is my team. I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know what I mean? And then
But
FedEx said,
he had the backing of most of his fans, and that's
"Oh
the
yeah."
reason why he figured, okay,
And
I'm
and
gonna
then
stand.
FedEx was like, you really feel like that, Dan Snyder? So tell me how you feel about this. What if we pull that sign down up to front of that building? How you feel about that? Well. Hold on. Maybe we can maybe we can talk about this. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know.
You know what? It was a long time overdue. Don't get me wrong. I think I said it before many times. I have no problem with the logo. I think it's majestic and everything.
Yeah.
Show Native American, give it respect. It was just the name.
The name,
And like I
yes.
said, and I said time and time again, if you look in the dictionary, it says disparaging negative word.
Yeah,
That should have
absolutely.
been enough for you to let you know it was wrong.
And I'm gonna tell you what I find really crazy about this, JB. All the other sports teams that embrace the Native American imagery, that they under fire for no reason. Like, and they logos and stuff were respectful. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Seminoles and Blackhawks, and maybe that goofy looking Cleveland Indians thing will look a little. It probably
Yeah.
need to be changed. But
Right.
the Kansas City Chiefs, like, what's disrespectful about that?
Exactly. I
You
heard the
know?
tomahawk chop.
Right.
The
Yeah.
tomahawk chop. But
Right.
okay, I still got to figure that one out myself. But
Right.
it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it. I don't know. I do agree with you, JB. I think it is. This should have happened 6, 7 years ago. But
Yeah.
but using this climate, and let's say, oh, if we're gonna get one thing done during this situation, we're gonna get Washington to change their name. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, it's hard to deny it in this environment. You know what I mean? It's really hard to deny that. Okay. Well, all the doom and gloom out of the way, right? It's a couple things that were good that we can talk about. So there's a couple things. I don't know what you want to talk about. We talked about Tom Brady last time we got together, but he kind of fit into his groove right now. He's doing his little workouts and he's not caring what people say about him being out there with his new teammates, and he's doing everything he can. Him going to the Bucs is old news, but a caveat didn't happen to that over the last couple of days. Well, we finally found out who's going to replace him in New England, and this has been a topic last night. I know at the end of last season, everybody was coming asking me about, what you think gonna happen to Cam, and I'm like, and I was one of the ones who said, and I still feel like this, but I also have a different take on it now. But I'm gonna preface it by saying this: the folks who run in the Carolina Panthers office right now, the people in charge, they they and I've been with this franchise since the beginning. These are the worst people ever. They are the absolute worst. Me and JB was talking one day about legacies and about every NFL team, even younger NFL teams, got legacies, and Carolina cannot even build a legacy because they're too busy tripping over their own feet and they kill their own legacy before it's even get a chance to be born. I, Listen, the Steve Smith stuff, whatever. The Josh Norman situation, whatever. This Cam Newton thing is
Julius
just the
Peppers. I mean, so
this
many.
this is. Did you see the Odell Beckham Jr. thing? You said you didn't watch it. You didn't watch it. You didn't watch the sit down with Odell
I did.
and yo.
Oh,
I'm
and Victor Cruz.
Right.
Okay.
And so it was one bombshell that was dropped during that whole entire 1 hour conversation, and it was the way they dismissed Cam Newton from Charlotte. Listen, they sent that man a text message that didn't even come directly from the bosses. They texted his agent, and his agent told him what time it was. That's unacceptable, man. That is unacceptable, JB. I don't care if you like Cam Newton or not. The man gave you 9 years of his life to your franchise, did incredible things in the city, brought your team from obscurity into national spotlight. And this is the way they chose to show this man his exit, JB. I think it's downright disgusting. What you think about it?
I have to agree, but you speaking, you're giving them a pass the way you speaking on this because I thought it was complete BS. The Panthers wasn't worth a damn before Cam Newton got there. On a the National Football, like if you had to rank them 1 through 32, they
Yeah,
were right there at 28, 29 before Cam Newton showed up.
I agree.
The team they had opposing fans occupying the stadium every week, and
Hmm.
I've been in that stadium when they was playing another shit team, but I was going there with the colors of the other shit team instead of the Panthers. They were Bobcat level before Cam Newton got there. And
You
so,
won't get an argument out of
for
me.
that to happen, the way it did for somebody that's not even just changed the franchise, but as a transcendent player, the best thing that ever came through there. I'm talking about you could go back to any of the greats for Carolina. Cam Newton was the best thing that ever happened to the Panthers.
Hmm.
For it to end like it did, no matter what was the questions about injury, performance over the years, it gave you something that the last person that was able to give you something on that level was Jake Delhomme.
Right.
And he is no Cam Newton.
And he didn't even, and
Cam
they didn't
Newton
even,
and did it in less time with less players, with less talent.
right. And they
Uh,
didn't even shove him out the door like Jake Dom. They didn't even push him away like
no,
that, Glass.
no,
The
no.
the thing that I find the most disturbing about this is that and I don't know.
Actually, Jake Malone wasn't even a star of that team, and that's how
He
bad
wasn't.
it was.
It-
To put it in comparison.
how do you? Because remember the conversation we had, JB, about legacy, about how do you let a team like the Baltimore Ravens, right? I'm just using the Ravens for an example. As we sit, right, in 2020, the Ravens came into the league around the same, I think the exact same year or the year or a couple years, but around the same time.
Or a year later, yeah.
Around the same time. But how do the Baltimore Ravens have 3 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl trophies in the same amount of time? How does it happen? Meanwhile, in Carolina, you know, they telling they extending what is it? What do they call it? The franchise tag to a Josh Norman, only for a few days later, snatch it back before he get a chance to think about it. Tell Steve Smith that, look, you got to go just because, you know what, we need these young boys to run this locker room, not you. You know, you let a player like Julius Peppers slip and go to Green Bay or Chicago in his prime for what? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. Then the biggest one.
How do you not model your franchise after the ones that's in your own division? I couldn't understand it about the Dolphins, the Jets, or the Bills. You got the class of the NFL,
Right.
arguably, in your division.
Yeah.
How you still having effed up drafts and cap situations and bad trades and bad like free agency signings? I don't get it. If the leader of your division year after year is doing things a different way, you're not going to be better than them by doing what the Panthers do.
No.
It's just not. It's never going to happen. You'll have lightning in a bottle for a year, 2, 5, but after that, you go back in the basement for 10,
This is great.
15. This is where we're going now with that. 10, 15.
Absolutely.
All the money that Taper, go ahead. All the money that he's spending is just, I guess, it's a revenue stream because you're not going to win. You can't win that way.
So, Glass, I know, as fans, we look at it because, I don't know if David Tepper or Marty Herney or even Dave Gettleman, when he was here, was thinking about legacies and things like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jerry Ritson probably was because he was the original founder and owner of the team. These people don't seem to really care. Now, everybody got some story, some franchise story that they can tell about their team. Why there's no stories in Carolina like that?
Because y'all don't know what y'all doing.
Yeah.
It's funny how like JB said, y'all caught lightning in the bottle for like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that long ago where y'all was 15-1.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Newton was MVP and y'all made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, I do like Cam Newton, even though it seems like with a big Q, I can't stand him. I do like Cam Newton. The way they treated him at the end was ridiculous, disrespectful. Number one, I told y'all they was gonna pay him because of the money that he owed. But the thing that really got me, and like I said, I haven't watched sports lately, but I've heard the news that come through. If I'm not mistaken, did y'all have a survey put out on?
Survey came out, and Cam Newton wasn't even on the list. This is for the greatest Panther players of all time. Now, this is what Carolina Panthers said. They said that this list was for retired players only. So that's the way they glossed over it.
Man, please, man. You just don't bring the list out now, then, if that's the case.
Right.
Because
Absolutely.
you can't sit here and say who's the best players. And this man was MVP of the league, and you ain't got him on the list?
Right.
Come on, man.
I think anybody who knows football.
I bet you if the Patriots had a survey, Tom Brady would be on that list.
Absolutely. Retired or not. Because it ain't no argument. There's no other comparison. Whether he retired or not, Cam Newton is the absolute best player that this franchise has ever acquired. I don't know what the issue would have been with that. It's crazy to me. And then
he should never do what Steve Smith did and break a few years later and join a Ring of Honor.
Right.
Actually, they should. I would wipe my stats, man. If you acting like I don't matter, act like I ain't never been there.
Right. Because really, honestly, though, Glass, who are the Carolina Panthers without Cam Newton? Now, I remember the team without Cam Newton, but can a lot of people remember that team without Cam Newton being on it? I don't think a lot of people can.
He's
You
an
know,
icon in Carolina. You know
right?
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, look, even though I got tired of it after a while, he brought in the Dak. You know, he had memorable things happening in Carolina for y'all
yeah,
to act like he never was there. You know,
right.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
All I know is that it is tough as hell to go 5-0 in the NFL. It went 15-1 Super Bowl, and he was the league MVP. And this is what you do
This is what you do,
to the
man.
only league MVP that the franchise has ever could sniff at.
It's crazy to me. And then you
What
don't
you
even
do.
see what he has. Now listen, Bill Belichick is the grand Palpatine of the NFL. Listen, what him coming in scooping Cam up for pennies on the dollar. Hey, I ain't even got no. I ain't even mad about that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even mad at that because Cam sat there and let them shop him around behind his back before they said, "Oh, Cam, we couldn't get nothing for you." You know. Now he out here for 3 months by himself, hanging, dangling, twisting in the wind. You know, ain't nothing gonna happen. Everybody want to know why Cam ain't got no job, right? They spitting off his stats, you know, this, that, and the third. The stats that JB just talked about. 3 months, nobody called him. You know what I mean? And then heck, gonna be a Belichick. And I'm gonna tell you, I think this is the perfect storm. I mean, you know what? The contract ain't hitting on nothing, right? That contract is straight booty, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is gonna give Cam
Mm-hmm.
a chance to. You know what? I'm afraid to see what's gonna happen this season because you know what? Even though Cam going to a different team and he going to the worst team he could possibly go to, it's the best fit for him. It's the best place for him to land. Uh,
That's for Belichick also
yeah,
because he wasn't doing nothing but an 8-8, and he wasn't going
right,
to be able to live with the Jets
Mm-hmm.
or the
right.
Bills overthrowing him because that team's about to take the next step. But they were
Mm-hmm.
8-8 at best, just to be nice with Stedman or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Stidham. Yeah, but
So Stidham, but to have Cam Newton back and Belichick as hungry as ever to prove himself that he didn't need Brady to be who he was.
right.
It's like
It's it's
it's a perfect storm.
That is, they brewing a perfect storm there in New England, and you know, and this the nastiest, most disgusting part about it, Glass. As much as I hate New England as a collective, and all the times that I went to the Super Bowl, and all the ones they done won, and you know, and however many ways they won it, if they go and do it again, this time Bill Belichick proving his legacy of that he's the absolute best coach that ever coached the game, did it without Tom Brady. Cam Newton to prove and justify this whole thing that went down in Carolina, it would be the most disgusting thing that ever happened. But you know what? I would probably be kind of excited to see it happen. I probably would. You know what I mean?
Guess what?
That was
Yeah.
my
Guess
question.
what?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Glass.
No, go ahead, JB.
Sorry, man.
No, go
I'm
ahead.
just saying, what better way in this climate today than Cam Newton, number one black quarterback, is a true patriot.
Right, right.
I didn't think of it like that. Right.
True
You
patriot.
know what I
bro.
mean, right?
Right.
You know, it's a weird situation. I wish Cam the best, man. He's angry right now. He feel like he been done wrong. He was done wrong. I'm ashamed of my team right now. I'm ashamed of the way Carolina done kind of worked their books over the last 5 or 10 years. I'm ashamed of them. I think the whole change in ownership was for the worse. Even though, you know, you could say what you want to say about Richardson and maybe he needed to go and so whatever, you know what I mean? It's like a different ways you can spend that. But I just think that as a true fan, Panthers fan, I long for the old days. I long for the 2014s and 2015s where, you know, we had everything that we had in-house and wasn't nobody trying to climb all over. And I think the end of the see Cam Newton leave like this, it's terrible, man. It's awful, but it happens. You know, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, you know, Jerry Rice. Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
But your franchise has been conditioning you all since the inception.
Right.
B.I. Patuka, awful trades, awful requirements, had at least 6 generational players that I could think of that they just
Right.
shit on. You had Cam, you had Peppers, you had Smith. You got it's so many, man. I'm missing some. Now I'm not a Panthers fan, but it's so
No,
many.
it's a bunch of them.
Norman, we're talking about Kuechly didn't really take care of him, put him back out there way too soon. Coach Rivera, so many generational talented people through there, and you retain none of them. They never retired in that black and blue jersey.
No, it is a shame. It is awful, and I don't think you're gonna ever see. I think I'm probably gonna be in my 50s, Glass, before I see a Panther player walk across that Hall of Fame stage. I don't think I'm gonna see it for a while, bro. I mean, what you think gonna happen in 2 years or a year from now when Smitty is up, right? Is he first of all? Do you think his first ballot? And if he's not, when when he finally does get his due, what is he gonna? What is he?
I forgot about Stewart and D'Angelo Williams. It's just bad.
But
all that stuff ended bad. All of it.
Right. They all ended bad, But hey, like I said, I wish Cam all the best, and to finish the night up, man. When we talked about some good stuff, we got to talk about my homeboy. We got to talk about your boy. You know what I mean? Like, so while Cam was going through what he was going through, the young Patrick Mahomes, man. Now listen, Glass. I don't even know what to think about this. This man inked a 10-year, $450 some odd million deal with incentive all the way up to what, 503? Is that correct? 507?
Yep, 503.
Nastiness for like 10 years. So that and so we kind of knew this was coming. We knew something like this was coming. We knew that Patrick Mahomes was going to land between 40 and 43 million dollars per year on a contract. But to see Kansas City go ahead and just roll out the red carpet for him, break the bank, lock that man down for 10 years. I don't know how good or how bad this is, Glass, but Pat is one rich little dude right now. What you think about it?
I love it. Yeah, I can't knock Kansas City Chiefs. They did as much as I can't stand them in my division.
Yeah.
And everything, but they did the right thing for 2 reasons. Number one, this man won a Super Bowl in his this is second year?
Second year. Yep.
He did damage. First year he was starting. Why stop playing? Get a 10-year deal. Now I know it sounds enormous right now.
It does.
Let that man keep playing like he's playing.
Yeah.
It would have been more. It would have been damn near $1 billion.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and lock him up, 10-year deal. So whatever he do, we ain't got to worry about paying him or paying him too much.
Right.
As is. So it was a wonderful thing for Kansas City Chiefs to lock him up for that amount of money. Because it would be more.
Well, I mean, before we move on, Bronco Fanatic 97 said, I'm not really buying into the whole perfect storm nonsense. Patriots ain't got no weapons to throw to. So now, people who say that, and I got to tell folks who make that same statement, because I see them make this statement all the time. They make the statement on Twitter. They make the statement on TV. They make the statement when they're talking to their homeboys. You must ain't checked out Tom Brady's last couple Super Bowl wins and what he done it with. I'll wait while you figure that one out, because talking about he ain't got nobody to throw to. And I'll wait till you tell me what Cam did in 2015 with the receivers that he had in 2015. I'll wait on that one too. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'll say to that. And besides, if you look at if you play the numbers, Glass, like I know you're a numbers guy, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it would take a act of God, a natural disaster for the Patriots not to make it to the playoffs, right? You know what I'm saying, right? I mean, just by the nature of the way.
Guys, McCaffrey, right?
No, I'm talking about the Patriots.
Oh, listen, man. I hate the Patriots. Let me put it out there. I hate the Patriots.
Yeah.
The fact that they picked up Cam Newton, and you got Cam Newton working with Josh McDaniels, something might happen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So as much as I still hate the Patriots. I hope they make a bust, but I just hope Cam Newton progress within the stats and get enough wins to show people.
JB, in their division, right? They got 6 games in their division. Over under on 5. I got them winning 5 of those 6 games, right? 4 would be the lowest number. 4 would be the lowest numbers if you give them a Dolphins loss and you give them a Bills loss, right? Who else they gonna lose to?
Well, the Jets and the Bills have, and I saw the Miami's offseason, but we've seen that before out of them.
Yeah.
I think the Bills will give them a challenge, especially coming off. They don't have their staples. I mean, it's kind of
at the end of it in the division. They still gonna come out of there 4-2, right? What? It's still gonna be 4-2.
No, I'm gonna say 3-3.
I don't know about that, man. Listen,
I think the Bills gonna win the division. They're gonna win it like they're gonna win.
I ain't looked at the schedule yet, but I'm just saying in the division, I think they got the opportunity to win 4 of those 6 games. Then they got I forgot who they playing. The two divisions they playing this season. But I think it's the NFC South is one of them. I think the NFC South was one of them. I don't know who the AFC squad is, but I'm telling you, the NFC South is weak. I mean, what the best team right now that I be even thinking about, and this is on paper because ain't nobody seen nothing. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I mean that's only because they got that high-powered offense that ain't never been fully ignited. We still don't know what they really got. Everybody hollering the Saints. Carolina ain't got nothing coming. Carolina ain't got nothing coming. They're gonna win three. They're gonna win 3 of those games. So now they're 7, right? And whoever this AFC squad is they playing against, if they can win 3, look, you can't stop them from going to the playoffs. And once they get in there, you know what I'm saying?
Big. Okay, what is your question? How they gonna do in the division, or are they gonna make the playoffs?
Well, I'm taking Bronco Fanatic 97's little comment here, and I'm just saying he's not. Me and JB was talking about how Cam and McDaniels and Belichick and the fact that Cam got done the way he got done and Belichick trying to prove that he can win without time. There's a lot of mixture, combustible elements going on right now, and we're saying it's a perfect storm for this situation to blossom into something that we ain't nobody see coming, right? And Bronco was like, nah, man, he ain't got nobody to throw to. The Broncos ain't gonna throw the ball. The Broncos getting ready to do like the Baltimore Ravens, and they're gonna run 157 yards every.
Hey, wait, stop.
They not gonna. Oh, I mean, no, I said the Ravens. I said the Ravens.
No, you said Broncos.
Okay, well, I meant the Ravens. The Ravens don't throw the ball like that, and Cam ain't got to throw it. They just need if they get a good running back.
And Cam Newton is about to inherit statistically the best defense in the league for the
Absolutely
season last year.
Yeah.
So if Cam Newton as a former MVP, former Super Bowl runner-up, a former guy that's gone 15-1, he know how to manage a close game. That's all he need him to do.
That's all I need him to do, man. That's all I need him to do. And I'm just telling you, it'll take some crazy, force of nature to have them finish less than 10 wins. I just can't see it happening. I can't.
Whoa.
I can't.
Less than 10? You can't.
Less than 10.
Man, dude, you know what? You already owe me a 5-pack.
I do. I do. I need to recoup that. But at the same time, 10 wins. When the last time you seen the Patriots go less than 10?
Oh, it's been a while. Don't get me wrong. It's been, 20 years or something?
It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
It's the first for everything, man.
Yeah, it is. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying.
I just think that after Tom Brady announced when he made a decision when he was going to leave was the end of the season last year. He knew he was leaving.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nobody to throw to narrative. That's nonsense.
It
Nobody
is.
knows the Patriots. You can't name me 5 of the last 5 team receivers on the Patriots.
I'll tell you this.
Now you can't do that.
I'll tell you this right here. Cam Newton gonna make some unknown wide receiver famous. I guarantee you by the time we come out of the season, some unknown wide receiver, not no what's the guy's name who came from Cincinnati? I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about some unknown cat that nobody know about. I ain't talking about some cat that is a journeyman. I'm talking about some young dude Cam gonna bond with like he always do. He gonna find a little Philly Brown somewhere. He gonna find a Darius Bird type of cat. He gonna find one of them dudes and they gonna make him famous. Watch what I tell you. You know what I mean? But anyway, back to your boy Pat, right? Said Cam Newton isn't Brady. I can't believe you would compare the two. I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't dare put Cam in the same situation as Brady, but I'm just saying, Brady ain't handle receivers. Cam ain't handle receivers.
Brady is a statue. The league changed. That's why they lost. That's why it came down to a few things, whether or not the Tennessee beat us outright. But I mean, the type of game that they wanted to play against them, they lost because it's a statue. Belichick know the league is evolving, so he wanted to get him a guy that could do the same thing.
Absolutely.
The guy that won a Super Bowl, is cut in that same mold.
He is.
And who knows? Brady might not have the same coach. He's not going to have the same coaching in Tampa. He's not going to have the same offensive line. He's not going to have the same cues. He's not going to have the same calls from the offensive coordinator. They offensive Tampa is definitely talented and made James Winston look great. And that's the worst statistical year by a quarterback in a long time.
Right, and the speed of it
made plays in that offense.
Yeah, the speed of it.
Saying, Brady. it's not going to be what he's not going to bring to Tampa what he did
Right.
from New England.
He gonna have to evolve. He gonna have to evolve his game. He gonna have to change his game some type of way, which I think he will because he's a smart dude. He'll change his game to survive because it's a different style of play. I think the speed of the NFC, he ain't gonna be. He definitely gonna have the same kind of protections that he had in New England. He gonna have to do something different. That ball got to come out faster, or he going to develop some wheels or something. I don't know what he
Well,
gonna do.
the offense is not designed to be there unless they're working on it as we speak. But
Right.
the offense in New England was quick strikes to get rid of the ball to alleviate the risk of Tom taking an injury or a hit.
Right. Yeah.
NFC is a different game. You got to play more NFC games, and there's more NFC pass rushers that was like head and shoulders over the AFC.
Oh, absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
I don't know.
Who's in a better situation? Quick question. Cam
Tom-
or Tom and Bucs.
So listen, if you want to go the Broncos fanatic route and you want to know who got the toys in the closet, it's Tommy
Exactly.
Boy. It's Tommy
Okay,
Boy,
all
right?
Okay.
And look, it ain't gonna be no walk in the
Now,
park for
can
Cam.
he use it? That's the question.
Right.
I've never seen him throw past 20 yards myself.
Right.
The last time was when he had Randy Moss. Now you got
Right.
Mike Evans on one side and I
Yeah.
can't remember the other guy on the other side.
Yeah, but here's the thing: them dudes don't like playing like that. They not no yards that's the catch type dudes. These dudes want to stretch the field. I don't think Brady can get the ball down there. I just don't think he can. But we have to wait and see. You know, that screen game in the NFC South. Look, the Saints tried that, and they produced no Super Bowls yet. I'm just saying, right?
I agree with you. I think Tom Brady in the best seat.
Yeah.
Between the two.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Cam Newton's in the best seat. I think Cam Newton's in the best. He's got it. I
Yeah.
think that there's something to be said about the weather in both places for both quarterbacks. There's something to be said about coaching. There's something to be said about attitudes on certain teammates. There's something to be said about a lot. Brady is a champion, no doubt, hands down.
I think if
it is hard to walk away from somebody else preaching the same thing you preached for 20 years. So it's
Right.
powerful Bill and powerful Brady. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
gonna be Brady there.
But I think
That's it.
if you look at it, Glass, if you lay it on the table and you look at like if you're just doing that straight firepower, who got the talent on their team to make a run? It looked like Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are ready to take off running, right? It looked like ain't nobody. They should come out the gate ahead of everybody by 2 games, right? They should. That's what they should be. And then you look at Cam and you're like, well, Cam got the best lay of the land, right?
Exactly.
With the, being in the, so his path might be a little bit different at times, but I don't know. But what is it, JB? Is it a sprint or a marathon?
It's definitely a marathon. All I'm saying is that I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying historically for the two teams, it's hard to get away from what you are, man. I don't care who playing for you. I've seen the Philadelphia Eagles load up every Pro Bowler they could in one off season, and they didn't do shit. So I've seen the Dolphins do it. I've seen teams do it, and so you can't get away from who I've seen Cincinnati do, and all it was good for was a first round loss in the playoffs for a couple years.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just think I wish Cam the best of luck. I actually want to see. I think this whole Brady in the NFC and Brady in the NFC South in particular is an interesting concept. I want to see how that's going to play out. I'm also interested to see what Cam does and like if they. And I know Bill Belichick the way I think I know Bill Belichick. He's going to use every single positive aspect of Cam Newton's game to win a lot of games, and I think it's going to be great. And I also feel like this Patrick Mahomes deal is just man. I mean, I'm kind of nervous, and even though I know Deshaun went on record and said it, Deshaun said he didn't want no deal like that. Ain't that what Deshaun said, JB? Did he say that or did Lamar say that? One of them said that.
Both of them kind of was saying the same thing because you strap the team down.
Right. So.
What? I don't want to get paid like that.
Well, I mean, you don't want a lengthy deal. You don't want a deal over that length of time.
And
Listen,
you're strapping up money.
What they say the NFL stand for? I mean, it's a high contact sport. It's
right.
Not for long.
Yeah.
So you telling me a guy that can do half of Brady's career at quarterback can cap out that money? I don't think so.
Nah, I don't think so either. But
through the way 9 years.
Right. Right.
Look at I mean, so many quarterbacks I could name that don't make it 6 years, 8 years.
Listen, I actually don't think Lamar or Deshaun gonna see that kind of money. Not like in one deal. I think Lamar will be the next one to break that 40 mil mark, right? I think he'll be the next one to do it. But I don't think it's definitely gonna be for no 10 years. You know what I'm saying, right? You know, no, not for 10 years.
But in a 10 year span, there's room for if it's incentive laden, there's room for restructure. They're gonna
Oh
take
yeah,
less money this year. I so many things in that, but that big of a time gap. Now if they had gave them that money for half the years. We talk
yeah.
about a blockbuster. He would probably start lagging off because that's just too much.
I mean, essentially, it's 12 years, Glass, because of what they had to do with the restructuring of the 2 years that he had left on his contract. So it's technically 12 years. A lot can change in 12 years. We saw what happened to Cam Newton, right? And I mean, if any flaw or injury we saw, didn't the kid get hurt last year or the year before?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I think got I think got like $140 million injury guarantee in that JB. So I mean, like.
Yeah, but the only thing he could take solace and comfort in is that he know that he got 10 years wearing that jersey, and some Cam Newton crap won't happen to him.
Exactly.
Right, right.
It won't happen like that.
Mahomes is a once in a lifetime. I ain't say once in a lifetime. Once in a long time situation quarterback. So they just want to lock. They locked him up, and like I said, financially it looks good for them in the long term.
But we done seen quarterbacks who had success early and ain't never been able to repeat it. And I'm just gonna throw a name out there. I know the comment section might kill me for it, but I'm gonna throw Aaron Rodgers' name out there. I'm just gonna throw his name out there and let y'all simmer on it. He found success early in his career and ain't been able to replicate it since. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. Okay, listen.
You know,
I get that. But
Drew Brees
sitting on the bench for damn near 4 or 5 years, right?
Okay, so that's 2 years longer than Mahomes, right? Right.
Wait, what's your math, man? Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Right. See what I'm saying?
No, he said it. Yeah, I got you.
So
2 years. Okay.
Right. And okay, so but as soon as they let him play, he won a Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Soon as Drew Brees got to New Orleans, he won a Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
What has either one of them done since? You know what I'm saying? They done threw a whole boatload of money at Drew Brees. Aaron Rodgers done made his fair share of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But ain't nothing happening.
See, this gonna be almost. I ain't gonna say the same situation as Baltimore, but that year that they won the championship, if I ain't mistaken,
Yeah,
they paid Joe Flacco $100
right. He was another one.
They couldn't retain
Yeah.
Bolden, which
Right.
I think made Flacco look good.
Yeah.
And then we're in the same situation now. It could happen. You're
Yeah.
in KC. You ain't gonna be able to pay the tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember his name off bat.
Kelsey.
Thank you. The wide receivers.
Yeah.
Made him look good.
Tyreek Hill's gonna start costing if not already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to pick who you want and stay with him. And I still think they made the right choice, but there's gonna be a lot of changes. Look at Russell Wilson. He won the Super Bowl.
He did, but Russell Wilson, but did Russell Wilson go all the way to the end of their rookie deal with like $750,000 on his last year when he won the Super Bowl? Hey, look, I ain't saying do that because you gotta pay your players, especially when they that good, right? I'm just saying they were on the verge of doing this with Andrew Luck, right? He was playing well. They ready to unload the truck on Andrew Luck, right? And I know they're glad they didn't do it, right? Because that dude ain't even playing no more. You know what I'm saying? Slim is in the building. Slim J's in the building. He said,
Slim J?
He said Rodgers sat for like 5 years. Mahomes was MVP after one season. He was one offside from back-to-back Super Bowls. Not the same. Brees' arm was never in the same league as Mahomes. Listen, Mahomes is special. He's special.
Mm-hmm.
But do you back the truck up to a 23-year-old dude who ain't even finished his rookie contract? Now, this is a contract that I would be willing to give a player their second go around. This seventh or eighth year in the league, right? That's the kind of contract them dudes get. But dude ain't even finished his rookie deal yet. They done back the
They ain't playing. They see what they got. Let's go ahead and lock them up for 10 years. It ain't the money. It's the term. It's the longevity of the term.
Right.
Well, Philadelphia felt the same way about Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Right.
Which the guy could. He could. I mean, he showed it that year that Foles had to take over for him, but he played. He was special.
Yeah.
But to your point, Q, we hadn't seen the same thing, the same Carson Wentz since.
We haven't.
True.
I mean, look, I know it ain't no such thing as a sure thing, Glass. I get it, right? But the money they just gave this kid made me think that they know something that we don't. You know what I'm saying, right?
I'm not comparing Carson to Mahomes at all. I mean, Mahomes is a different player. I mean, if anybody was going to change the quarterback dynamic, you give it to a young guy who just won Super Bowl MVP.
Right.
And so here we go. And there's a few of them that's around that deserve that. What Russell's won, Mars won, Watson's won. It's a few. So you have to, and it's a couple that we didn't really get a chance to have a good look at because they didn't get a whole lot of exposure. But I think it's time.
Well, knowing what we know before we get out of here, let's just go ahead and do this then before we leave. Okay, look, the ink is dry on the deal. Now he done signed it, right? It is what it is, right? I mean, it's up to interpretation. Later on down the line, it's gonna get restructured. Some money gonna get moved around, but what kind of return on investment do you think the Kansas City Chiefs gonna get from paying that dude all that money? He got 10 years to do something. Now, how long Aaron Rodgers been with the Packers? I'm just saying. He been with them for about 13, 14 years, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, what's their return? How many Super Bowls that the Chiefs gonna put up in their trophy case during this time? I think, and I'm just gonna base it on how the ebbs and flows in the NFL and the way things kind of play out. He'll be lucky if we get another one, man. He'll be lucky. The only team that luck don't really play that much of a role in is the Patriots, right? And that's getting ready to change. Now, all the chips are off the board. Now it's almost the playing field is almost even now, right? Ain't nothing guaranteed, right? You can't say, oh well, because of the Chiefs last 2 years, and they won last year. They're the favorites to win it again. Well, you still got Baltimore. You got Baltimore who got tangled all up with Tennessee, who just signed their guy today at the deadline. The running back, right? They just gave him a boatload of money, right? And you saw how that battle played out. You got that going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and ain't nothing guaranteed. Ain't nothing guaranteed. Bro, I'm just saying the Houston Texans got something cooking.
Their statement is that we're not going to be in the quarterback market and not have to worry about that. We got the best guy, the best young guy. Let's not leave it up to a Dak Prescott type situation where he went out, he want to go to a winner. They'll deal with me. You got a guy that's pulling the trigger on your team like at his caliber. You can take the crapshoot in the draft if you need to find targets. So Kelsey, Hill, all them guys right now is believe it or not they dispendable because you got the guy that's pulling the trigger is the one making it happen. But I'm not really worrying about deals like that from them.
I hope there's some back doors in that deal for the Chiefs because I just don't see 15 being around to 2031. He's not going.
He'll be around for a while.
He's not going to see the maturity of that deal. All right, Glass, what you think?
Oh, ain't nothing changed. Great deal, great situation.
Yeah,
it's very rare you get that quarterback that is that dynamic.
Right.
And mess around. No, go ahead, lock him up, and worry about everything else. You got your quarterback. Then I'll worry about the other stuff.
Right.
He is to work with. Yeah.
Well, listen, it's gonna be something that everybody gonna kind of keep their eyes on for the next couple of seasons and everything. Now, I know y'all said that y'all was kind of, doubtful about the season. I got a feeling we're gonna get some type of season, Glass. So I don't know how these divisional breakdowns gonna look. I don't know what they're gonna look like. But next week we start the divisional breakdown. I don't know which team y'all want to start with. Since the Chiefs won it, I figure we start the Super Bowl champion. Go to your division first. You know what I mean? I don't know what you think about that.
That'll work.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
we'll do that. And you know what? Even if even if we get to the end and we find out that we're not gonna have no season, we'll have a season. I think we'll have a season. I think we'll have a season. No, I think we will.
On that one.
I think we will. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Anyway, man, I know the first show is always kind of like, you know, and as much preparation as I put in this show, I've been like, you can ask the wifey. I've been working on this for like 4 days. You know what I'm saying, right? But look, it was good seeing you guys, man. It was good getting back into the groove of things. Promise we got iron the wrinkles out. This is our preseason. It's gonna be shortened just like everything else, and hopefully we'll get everything worked out. JB, for the few fans that we got in attendance, put yourself over. Let them know what's happening in this COVID world.
Hey, glad to be back. Dan, it just seemed like July 15th kind of creeped up on me, whatever else, all this other stuff going on. But, man, to keep it short, man, you can always catch me here, TeamBoydTV Live on Twitter as Raven Show.
There it is, Glass, man. Listen, I'm gonna catch you offline, man, because I was like, man, the whole off season that went by, and I done forgot that I owed you that thing. We'll take care of that, because I like going into the season with my debts paid. You know what I'm saying? I like going into the season with my debts paid. So we're gonna do that. Go ahead and put yourself over real quick.
All right, man. I'm glad to be back here with my brothers, man. It feels good to come back. It's been a long time and everything. But if you don't catch me here with my bros on TeamBoydTV Live, you can catch me on all social medias: Twitter, Sage of Sports 1, Instagram, Facebook, The Sage of Sports, and email me at thesageofsports@gmail.com.
All right, for everybody who came through and checked us out, man, we definitely appreciate it. We will be back next week with the AFC West Divisional Breakdown. We're going to dive into this thing. We're going to get it popping. It should be good. And it was NFL season, man. We're close. We're close, Glass. We get close. I ain't got no hope for my team, but it's all good. Y'all guys can find me on Twitter at TeamBoydTV. Check for us there. Also, the podcast versions of these shows, we will be putting them back in podcast form this season. So if you missed the live show and you didn't get to jump into that comment section, you can always check us out. Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, all them cool places where you get the podcast from. I'm your boy Big Q, and for TeamBoydTV, I'm out of here. Y'all take it easy. Peace.